Man, step through those sliding glass doors and boom. You're not just walking into a gym. No, you've stumbled into the Hunger Games for protein addicts. The first thing that slaps you in the face isn't the heat or the clang of weights. It's the smell. That unholy blend of industrial strength cleaner, cheap cologne, armpit musk, and some tropical-sounding pre-workout powder that smells like radioactive fruit punch. And that fresh eucalyptus scent they pump into the locker rooms. Yeah, that's just corporate air freshener trying to mask the fact that somewhere, deep in those walls, the ghosts of sweaty socks and wet towels live forever. Immediately, your eyes start scanning the floor, and like any jungle, you start spotting the different tribes. Over there in front of the mirror wall is the mirror Mafia. They're not here to train, they're here to perform. Every set is done with surgical precision so their biceps peak right under the fluorescent lights. They pause mid-rep, not because they're tired, but so they can watch the vein pop in slow motion. 2 steps to the left, you've got the tripod squad. These dudes have turned the gym into a low-budget film set. Every lift is recorded from 3 angles, one for TikTok, one for Instagram, and one for the form check that somehow also has a cinematic filter and motivational captions. They'll set up their camera right in the middle of the walkway, and God help you if you walk through their shot. They'll glare at you like you just unplugged life support on their grandma. In the far corner, pounding out miles, is the cardio cult. These people run like they're training to outrun the apocalypse. Some of them are drenched like they just swam here, eyes locked on some invisible finish line. You could set off fireworks next to them, and they wouldn't break stride. They're not here to make friends. They're here to burn souls, mostly their own. Then there's the machine wanderers. These are the lost souls of the gym. They drift from one machine to the next like confused tourists. They'll sit down, push out 3 lazy reps, scroll through Instagram for 5 minutes, sip their neon drink, then wander off again. Somehow they've been working out for 2 hours and still haven't raised their heart rate above resting. Speaking of neon drinks, you'll spot the supplement soldiers instantly. These guys come in carrying gallon jugs of mystery liquid that looks like melted Skittles. They slam it down between sets like it's rocket fuel, then stare at themselves in the mirror and flex like, yeah, this shit's working. You have no idea if they're hydrating or slowly giving themselves kidney failure, but damn if they don't look committed. The soundtrack of the gym is a chaotic masterpiece. Overhead, the speakers blast music that's somehow too loud and still not enough to drown out the guy deadlifting like he's trying to exorcise a demon. Somewhere, a weight stack slams down with the force of an earthquake. A trainer is clapping like a cheerleader on caffeine, yelling one more rep, loud enough to wake the dead. In the background, a bro is lecturing his buddy on proper form while doing everything wrong himself. And he's doing it loud enough so everyone knows he's the self-appointed alpha of this habitat. And let's not ignore the fashion show happening all around you. The dudes are in stringer tanks so thin they could floss with them. Their shorts are pulled up just enough to show quad veins, because you can't work legs without an audience. The women? Oh, they've got matching sports bras and leggings that cost more than your entire month's rent, hair in perfect buns that somehow survive burpees, and nails done so sharp they could open protein bar wrappers without tearing the package. Everyone's got brand new sneakers that they'll retire the moment they get a single crease. Then there's the posers. They load up a bar with enough plates to sink a canoe, grunt once, take it off the rack, hold it there for a second like they're about to lift, then re-rack it. Mission accomplished. Ego fed, Instagram story secured. And if you think the drama ends there, you haven't been around long enough to see the unspoken rules in action. Don't take someone's bench while they're resting, aka texting. Don't work in on a set unless you're ready for a passive-aggressive sigh. Don't ever leave sweat on the bench unless you want to be shunned like a leper. And for the love of all that is holy, don't curl in the squat rack unless you want 10 angry dudes glaring at you like you just committed a war crime. This is the modern gym. Half training ground, half social club, half influencer studio. Yeah, that's 3 halves, because math doesn't matter here. The currency isn't muscle mass, it's visibility. You're either being seen, recording yourself being seen, or watching someone else being seen. And once you've been here long enough, you start to realize the cruel truth. This place isn't just for building bodies. It's for building egos. By the time you leave, your body's sore, your phone is full of accidental photobombs, and your faith in humanity is hanging by a thread. And yet, you'll be back tomorrow. because deep down we're all addicted to this insane jungle. Welcome to the circus. Man, once you've survived the initial sensory overload of walking into the gym, you start to notice something deeper. The gym isn't just a place to lift weights. It's an arena, and every single person is a contestant in the ego games. Forget muscle growth here, the main workout is flexing your status, your image, and your self-importance until it's bursting at the seams. The games start with the warm-up, not the kind where you stretch your hamstrings or jog on the treadmill. I'm talking about the warm-up to make sure people are looking at you. Some folks will spend 15 minutes adjusting their hat, making sure the bill sits at just the right angle to say, "I'm serious about fitness but also chill enough to go to brunch afterward." Others mess with their headphones until they look like they just stepped out of a Nike ad. Hell, I've seen people take pre-workout selfies in the parking lot before even walking in. And not one. 3 from different angles. And then the competitions begin. First event, on the mirror lift. You've seen it. The guy who curls dumbbells right in front of the mirror, not to check form, but to make sure everyone else sees him checking form. If you accidentally walk in front of him, you've interrupted a sacred ritual, and the glare you get will make you feel like you've kicked a puppy. This same guy will later accidentally drop his dumbbells loud enough to wake up the cardio section just so people look over. Second event, volume wars. This one's all about the grunt, the exhale, the primal scream. The louder, the better. It's not enough to lift heavy, you've got to make it sound like you're wrestling a wild animal. And God forbid anyone out-volume you. That's when things get competitive. Suddenly you've got 2 dudes trying to out-yell each other like it's the mating call of the insecure. Then there's the weight stack slam. It's simple. You finish your set, then drop the machine weight with enough force to shake the floor. Doesn't matter that you could have set it down gently. The point is to announce to the room, "I'm strong as hell, and in case you missed it, here's an earthquake for emphasis." And my personal favorite? The walk of alpha. This is the slow, calculated strut across the gym after a heavy lift. Head up, chest out, arms slightly flared as if the lat muscles are too big to fit through the air. It's an art form. The right mix of pride, and I'm not even trying to look proud. You'll see it after a big bench press, a PR deadlift, or sometimes just a set of push-ups if the guy's feeling extra heroic that day. The ego isn't limited to the dudes either. Some of the women have mastered the game in their own way. There's the casual hair flip right as they pass the mirror. The perfectly timed water bottle sip while leaning just enough for their shoulder muscles to pop. The strategic pause between sets where they scroll their phone but hold it high enough for everyone to see their tone midsection. And just when you think it's all flex and no friction, the real gladiator match begins, equipment politics. This is where the ego meets patience and loses. The squat rack is the holy grail of the gym, and the moment it's free, it's like throwing a piece of meat into a lion enclosure. People speed walk from across the room, pretending they just happen to be nearby. Then you get the standoff, "Oh, I was using that." "Really? I didn't see you here." "Yeah, I was just warming up over there." The warm-up might have been 20 minutes long, but hey, claim the rack, claim the kingdom. And let's not forget the PR lie. Every day is apparently someone's personal record. You'll hear it. "Yeah, man, hit a new bench PR today, 405 for 8. But if you actually saw it, 2 plates, shaky form, spotter doing half the work, and maybe 3 reps that counted. But in the ego games, facts are flexible, and numbers are more about story value than truth. Now, don't get me wrong, ego isn't inherently evil here. It fuels half the motivation in the room. That guy flexing in the mirror, he's been working for months to see that vein pop. The girl showing off her abbies, she's been meal prepping and lifting for weeks to make that moment happen. The problem is when the ego becomes the point, and the workout becomes the excuse. It stops being about health or strength and becomes a weird public theater where the dumbbells are just props. And here's the kicker. Once you're in it long enough, you start playing the game without even realizing it. You catch yourself walking a little slower past the free weights just in case someone notices the pump in your arms. You start setting down the weights a little louder than necessary. You might even film a set for form, and then re-watch it 3 times just to admire how jacked you look. Congratulations, you're part of the circus now. The ego games don't end when you leave either. No, they carry over to social media, where the true scoreboard lives. post a shirtless pic with a motivational quote, and boom, you're racking up points. Share a gym selfie with a sweaty smile and no days off, and suddenly you're in the semifinals. Hell, half the people in the gym probably only show up for content, not progress. At the end of the day, the gym could be a temple of discipline, a place to better yourself, to push past your limits. But modern gym culture? It's evolved into an Olympic sport of self-promotion. And the real medal isn't gold, it's followers. Man, if you thought the ego games were intense, wait until you meet the real bosses of the gym, the influencers. These are the folks who've turned the gym into their personal film studio. Forget the old days when the gym was a place for sweat and effort. Now it's a live set for content creation, complete with lights, cameras, and the dramatic sigh of someone redoing a set because the angle wasn't right. You spot them the moment you walk in. Ring light in one hand, tripod in the other, matching gym set that somehow looks fresh out of the packaging. They're not here for the workout, they're here for the footage. The warm-up isn't to get the muscles ready. It's to make sure the camera is at a perfect height, catching just enough sweat to look real but not so much that it ruins the aesthetic. The influencer workout is a delicate balance of exercise and theater. First, there's the exaggerated warm-up stretch, usually facing the camera, preferably in front of a mirror, so the shot gets both sides. Then the set itself, which often involves more focus on facial expressions than form. A squat isn't just a squat anymore, it's a deep, controlled descent into the land of perfect lighting, followed by a dramatic rise, slow enough to give the audience time to admire. And heaven help you if you walk into their frame. You could be carrying a dumbbell, minding your own business, and suddenly you're that guy who ruined their TikTok. They'll stop mid-rep, glare at you and sigh in a way that says, "Do you even realize you just ruined my chance at going viral?" Like, sorry, I didn't check the production schedule before getting my lift in. The worst part, they don't just hog one spot. No, an influencer needs variety. So they set up camp at the squat rack for 15 minutes, film their heavy set, which is more of a slow-motion ballet with weights, then migrate to the dumbbell area to record a casual bicep curl clip. And it's never just one take. They'll redo it over and over until the vein pops just right or the leggings crease perfectly at the hip. There's a subset of these influencers, the fake strong type. You've seen them. The camera is rolling, they load up a barbell with more plates than a buffet, and for the big lift, they'll just look like they're about to go for it, maybe lift it an inch, then cut the clip before anyone sees the struggle. On Instagram, boom, instant beast mode. In reality, they couldn't deadlift that weight if their life depended on it. Then you have the motivational influencers. These are the ones who film themselves walking around the gym, preaching life lessons between sets. Life's like a set of squats, bro. You gotta go deep before you rise up. Meanwhile, they've done 2 half-ass sets and spent 80% of their time finding the perfect background for their speech. They're not even sweating, but somehow they'll tell you about the grind like they're fresh off a 12-hour shift in the coal mines. And let's not ignore the influencer couples. Oh God, the couples. They turned the gym into a rom-com with protein shakes. She films him lifting with proud girlfriend eyes, he films her doing glute kickbacks with a supportive boyfriend nod. Then they do some cutesy partner exercise that somehow involves her on his back or him holding her like a dumbbell. Every kiss and flex is carefully captured for content. And the rest of us are stuck trying to work out while they turn the gym into their Valentine's Day montage. The funniest part? For all their filming, most influencers don't actually train hard enough to sweat. Because sweat ruins makeup, messes up hair, and makes your shirt cling in ways that aren't brand-friendly. They'll spend hours editing to make the workout look intense when the reality is they burn more calories scrolling through filters than lifting weights. Now, I'm not saying influencers are evil. Some of them actually put out great content, help people learn proper form, and genuinely love fitness. But the ratio is small. For every legit coach filming useful tips, there are 50 people using the gym as a backdrop for clout. And that's the problem. The gym has shifted from being a place for progress to being a place for production. And here's the kicker. This influencer takeover has changed gym culture for everyone. Regular folks now feel self-conscious, wondering if they're accidentally in the background of a video. People hesitate to make faces during heavy lifts, worried they'll become a meme on some gym fails page. And the space itself. Good luck getting on certain machines during peak hours. They're reserved for the content kings and queens. At some point we have to ask, are we working out for our bodies or are we just extras in someone else's highlight reel? Because lately it feels like the gym's true workout is just avoiding the cameras. Now, welcome to the gym runway, my friends. A place where the outfits are tighter than the dumbbells are heavy, and the most strenuous lift you'll see is someone raising their phone for a mirror selfie. Back in the day, gym attire was simple: shorts, a t-shirt you didn't mind sweating through, maybe some sneakers with actual grip. Now, it's like walking into a fitness-themed fashion week. You've got the guys in compression gear so tight you can see what they had for lunch last Tuesday. I'm talking neon leggings, branded tank tops with armholes that go down to their knees, and hats that never leave their heads. Even during deadlifts. And the shoes? Oh, the shoes. $250 for sneakers that have never seen a puddle, perfectly clean soles because they're indoor only. The kind of shoes that scream, I'm not here to work, I'm here to be seen. Then there are the women, and look, more power to them, but damn, it's clear the fashion game is on another level. We're talking matching sports bras and leggings in colors so coordinated they could be Pantone samples. Seamless fabric that hugs every curve, contour shading that somehow makes muscles pop, even if you've only been doing 10-pound curls. Hair perfectly done, makeup on point. And yes, some of them can still outlift half the guys in the building, which is why you don't say a damn word unless you want to be humiliated on the spot. There's also a hierarchy to this gym fashion culture. At the top, the people in brand new, limited edition gym wear from Instagram-only fitness brands. Middle tier? The folks who rock classic Nike or Adidas, looking sporty but not like they're trying too hard. And at the bottom? Poor souls in old t-shirts and basketball shorts. AKA, people who are actually here to sweat. You'll spot them instantly because they're the only ones who don't match. And let's not forget the accessories. Gym bags the size of carry-on luggage, filled with who knows what. Giant water jugs, shaker bottles, wireless headphones the size of earmuffs, belts, wraps, straps. Some people roll into the gym like they're suiting up for battle. And maybe they are, except the war is against bad lighting and unflattering camera angles. Here's the part that kills me: the fashion show often comes with zero actual workout. You'll see a dude in full Under Armour compression gear spend 20 minutes doing 3 sets of half-rep bench presses, followed by 45 minutes of leaning on the machine while scrolling Instagram. Or a woman with an outfit worth more than my month's rent doing 1 set of squats, then spending the rest of the hour taking candid photos in front of the mirrors. It's not just about looking good for yourself anymore. It's about being seen. Some people plan their gym visits around peak hours not because the atmosphere motivates them, but because that's when the most eyes will be on them. It's a live audience, baby. The gym isn't a place to train, it's a stage. And if you think this is just harmless fun, think again. The gym fashion show sets unrealistic standards for everyone else. Now you've got newbies walking in thinking they need to drop $300 on an outfit just to fit in, instead of realizing that an old hoodie and sweatpants will get the job done just fine. It turns fitness into a money game, a status symbol, rather than focusing on actual health or progress. But I'll admit, there's a certain dark humor in watching the whole thing play out. Like seeing a guy adjust his headband before every lift as if he's about to run onto an Olympic track, just to do 15-pound curls in front of the mirror. Or the woman who changes outfits mid-workout for a different look in her content reel. I mean, that's commitment, not to the workout, but to the aesthetic. And for the record, I'm not anti-fashion. Wear what makes you feel good, look good, and confident. But when it gets to the point where the gym looks like a photo shoot and smells like a Sephora, you can't pretend the focus is still fitness. We're living in a time where performance wear is less about performance and more about performing. So yeah, the gym fashion show is real. And if you're not careful, you might find yourself caught in it, caring more about how you look lifting than how much you lift. Which I guess is fine, until you remember the whole point of the gym is supposed to be about actually getting stronger. But hey, at least you'll look good doing nothing. Man, every gym has its own set of unwritten rules. The sacred commandments of shared space and mutual respect. And yet, somehow these rules are ignored like spam emails from a Nigerian prince. It's like people walk into the gym and leave their common sense in the parking lot. Hell, some probably lock it in the trunk right next to their deodorant. Rule number 1. Wipe your damn bench. This is basic human decency, people. You sweat on it, you clean it. Simple. But no, apparently that's asking too much. Instead, I walk over ready to get my set in, and I'm greeted by a puddle of sweat so big it could have its own ecosystem. Do I look like I came here to swim? This isn't a water park. If you're dripping all over the equipment, grab a towel, wipe it down, and save me the biohazard cleanup. Rule number 2, don't hog the equipment. If you've claimed a bench press like it's your private island and then disappear for 15 minutes to chat with your buddy, congratulations. You're the reason my workout takes 2 hours instead of 1. If you're scrolling TikTok in between sets so long that my hair grows out waiting for you, then we're going to have a problem. Share the damn machines. It's not your home gym, it's everyone's. Rule number 3, re-rack your weights. This one's my personal hill to die on. I'm not your butler, I didn't come here to clean up after you. If you're strong enough to load 315 pounds onto the bar, you're strong enough to take it off. Leaving plates everywhere is not only lazy, it's dangerous. Someone's going to trip, or worse, some poor beginner is going to walk up to the bar thinking that's the starting weight. Re-rack it, or I'll re-rack your face into the mirror. Rule number 4, no unsolicited advice. Unless someone specifically asks you how to improve their form, keep your mouth shut. Nobody likes the self-appointed gym coach who suddenly thinks they're Arnold Schwarzenegger because they watched a YouTube tutorial. Hey bro, you know if you just tilt your wrist at a 45-degree angle? Yeah, thanks Chad, but I didn't ask, and you're doing half reps with chicken legs. Focus on yourself. Rule number 5, respect personal space. This is a big one. Nothing's weirder than being mid-set and feeling someone's hot breath on your neck because they've decided to set up camp 2 inches behind you. Back up. There's plenty of floor space. Also, stop staring at people like they're zoo animals. Yes, that person might be lifting heavy, but it's not a spectator sport. Keep your eyes to yourself, or at least be subtle about it. Rule number 6, no phone conversations on the gym floor. If I can hear your breakup, your real estate deal, or your dinner order over the sound of my music, we've got an issue. Nobody came here to be part of your conference call. Take it outside. The squat rack isn't your personal office. Rule number 7, don't be the noise pollution guy. Yes, we get it. You're lifting heavy. Some grunting is fine. It's natural. But there's a difference between a little effort noise and sounding like you're giving birth to a full-grown rhino. And if you're dropping weights from overhead after every rep, congratulations, you just let the entire building know you're insecure. Control your weights. Control your volume. Rule number 8, stop filming people without their consent. I know content is king and everyone's trying to be the next fitness influencer, but not everyone wants to be a background extra in your 12-view Instagram story. Keep the camera on yourself, or better yet, on the floor where it belongs. Now, the tragic part is that all of these rules are easy to follow. None of them require superhuman effort. Yet in every gym, every day, at least one person breaks all of them in a single visit. It's like a twisted speedrun of disrespect. And the worst part, these rule breakers never seem to notice. They just go on about their workout, or lack thereof, completely oblivious to the chaos they leave behind. Some people try to justify it, oh, I was just going to use that machine again, or I didn't think it was a big deal. Yeah, and I didn't think leaving my shopping cart in the middle of the road was a big deal either, but here we are. It's not just about you, it's about everyone around you. The gym is a shared environment, which means a little bit of self-awareness goes a long way. And here's the kicker. When someone does call out a rule breaker, they suddenly turn into the victim. Why are you being so aggressive? Because I just slipped in your sweat puddle, Steve. Because I just spent 10 minutes unloading your barbell, Jessica. Because I waited 20 minutes for a machine you weren't even using while you were taking selfies in the mirror. That's why. The bottom line is simple. Follow the unwritten rules, and we can all get along. Break them, and you're not just annoying. You're the reason gym culture gets a bad rap. And if that bothers you, maybe the gym isn't the place for you. There's a whole world outside for bad etiquette. Go practice it there.